All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow, and we're going to talk about NIO Inc. NIO stock, ticker symbol NIO. So before we jump into the chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and let's see here what's going on. So here we see that it broke through resistance. I wasn't able to follow up with it. So many different ticker symbols in all these past days. And it reached almost $50 and it's going back downwards, right? But we're still holding ourselves up pretty well above the lows before the run continued, which was down here at around 44.83. I'd keep that number in mind. I think that's probably the most important resistance level after the one we're about to talk about and look at here based off the chart and what it's showing us. But we want to keep these numbers in mind, and we also want to look at them closely because there's a lot of things here. I got to get that to the T in just a moment there. I'll go ahead and move it. But we want to pay close attention because this went up into a bullish run and it's going downwards now. So I think it's a lot of more of like profit taking and some slight uncertainty. And it might be a healthy pullback. We need to see how much more of a pullback it does because then it could get a little bit more uncertain. But the ratings are still showing buy here. So it's not something that I would tell investors, hey, this is falling and collapsing. You know, so far we've held up above $38, the $40 mark, and it's came back, right? And it's brought itself back up from that $39 mark and so forth. Right now, we want to hold ourselves up above $44. And if 44 gets broken through, then we got 43. But we don't have to worry about those just yet. We want to look at the ones that are currently the most important and the most relevant for the coming days. So let's see here our resistance and let's see our 50-day moving average, where it falls and what's going on. So here we are with NIO. Slight pullback. I believe it's profit taking, some uncertainty leading up to the beginning of the year. And then the closer we get to January, the smaller amount of time and distance leading up to NIO Day, which is going to be something exciting to look forward to and see where this goes. I could see this falling anywhere between $50 to $60, and if it breaks the $60 mark, it won't be by much, but it's possible. So we need to watch it carefully. So we're currently at 45.89, right? I know it shows here market closed, that was at 4 p.m., 45.77, but at 8 p.m. it closed out at 45.89. The 50-day moving average is not that far off of our resistance, right? Our resistance is about a cent different or about hundreds or thousands places different. So I want every single investor to be aware that the 50-day moving average and our resistance are important. So we're going to talk about some resistance levels above the 50-day moving average in just a moment. So let's see here our support. Our support is 45.38. That needs to not get broken through. If the bulls allow that, the bears are gaining more control. They're pulling this further down away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction, and 45.38, if it gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows fairly quickly and hitting new support levels and newer, deeper areas into bearish territory. So we need to watch it very carefully. We have that next support level here at 44.83 to keep in mind and see how the stock is reacting and how quickly is it moving down, or are the bulls trying to reappear before it continues to hit newer lows. So very important, 45.38 and how the stock is reacting. If the bulls can bounce back from that and use that as momentum, they can start to work their way up closer to the 50-day moving average. Now, the most important resistance level up here is 48.28. That is the last candlestick, honestly, where the bulls tried to pull through the 50-day moving average and not fall any lower. And from that point forward, we've been in bearish territory. So I believe that this is a very important resistance level for the bulls to go ahead and break through and reach newer highs and newer levels of resistance. So you want to keep that in mind. 48.28, give or take 48.29. So our resistance here, which is the highest point before it continued to fall within the last trading day, which was on the 24th, is 47.37. Our 50-day moving average is 47.36. So this resistance ideally needs to be broken through so that the 50-day moving average and the first resistance level to get back into bullish territory can actually be turned into a support for the bulls to start to work their way up. So this is an indicator here to start the catalyst and build a support off of it to reach up here to that next resistance level up here at 48.28, 29, give or take, so that the bulls can start to work their way up and pull away from the 50-day moving average. So this is going to be very important for the bulls. We need to watch this carefully. This isn't a downtrend, but it's not in a downtrend tremendously to newer lows. It's actually a slight pullback. We need to see if that was just for last week. Will it continue this week, or are the bulls going to reappear and continue this run upwards? And this was a slight healthy pullback leading into NIO Day, which we're not that far from. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like, for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.